I wasn't.
And congratulations. Well done. Good work. I'm proud of you.
I hate you guys. Why do we do this every week? Okay.
Wasn't it your idea?
I think it was your idea.
This whole thing?
The whole
Yeah.
thing.
I
Yeah.
think it was your
It
idea.
was my idea.
Okay.
I
Welcome
tried to escape.
Start again. Welcome to Due to Underwhelming.
What's that?
Let's say it. Due to underwhelming demand, the podcast. By the way, the podcast, the goblin mode of podcasts.
Goblin mode.
Word of the year.
Is it?
Yes.
Gosh,
Yes.
I'm out of the loop. What does
Yeah,
that
you-
mean?
You need to get out of your house.
Yeah,
Rachel.
out of my
Yeah.
basement. Yeah. that's
Read
right.
a newspaper.
Yeah, goblin mode. You know, it says here it's a slang term for a type of behavior which is unapologetically self-indulgent, lazy, slovenly, or greedy.
Well, that's us.
Yes, no
I
kidding.
mean, right
I
there
know.
you have it.
Someone else says it's characterized by lazy, greedy, shameless behavior.
Mm-hmm.
I would just call that retirement. Anyway, we're Dave, Rachel, and Foreman. This is our little, goblin mode of a podcast, and thank you for being with us.
Yeah.
I'm going to start because I brought up retirement, so I'm going to start today with.
Oh, a
With
beer.
that,
Oh, beer.
A
has
beer
been-
crack.
Thank you.
that was
I don't
me.
have I have no beer. I have no beer today.
You don't have a beer today?
No.
Oh,
No beer today.
surprised.
No.
I have a water and that's it because it's
Okay.
still the middle of my work day.
That's
So,
why my beer is coffee infused, a Dartmouth Dark.
A
Dartmouth Dark. Okay.
Dartmouth Dark.
He's
You
Dart-
like those coffee
Yeah,
beers,
he
don't
is-
you?
He has developed an East Coast accent.
Dark.
Dartmouth Dark.
Get in the car.
Get in the
No.
car. I want a Dartmouth Dark.
Out for a dart.
A dirt with my dirt.
Okay. So I have spent probably the last 6 months not doing very much.
Yes, how is your retirement going
Well, it's
since
not
we
really.
left the radio station?
This is the most he does. What do you? This
This is
Th-
the
really,
most
yeah.
I do.
I knew Dave
25
would be
minutes
up.
a week.
By the way, I knew Dave would be up for doing a podcast because he has time.
Hmm,
I'm surprised Foreman joined us, but
hmm.
I
all
don't
Foreman
have
said
time.
was, "I'ma
All
do
right,
it."
All right. Yeah, because I think what everybody thinks when you stop working,
Mm-hmm.
and by the way, when you stop working, you also stop making money. So I
Yes.
don't advise it. You know, I don't really advise it.
Like it's something you plan for.
Yeah,
you know.
you want to plan for that. When you stop working, you stop making money, but everybody thinks you stop doing anything.
Mm.
When you don't. I thought I would have all this time to do things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I do, but I don't. You have time, but you never get everything done. You find that you go, well, how did I ever get anything done when I wasn't working?
Right.
How did I do that?
Yeah.
But one of the things, and now we're into colder weather and everything else, at least where we are. I don't know where you're listening, maybe warm, but
We're getting a lot of Halifax snow here.
are you?
Halifax
Oh.
snow is rain.
It's rain. Okay.
Or it snows and then melts the next day.
No, it's just rain.
It's just rain. So anyway, it's
Just
called
straight rain.
Oh,
straight rain.
bummer.
No, it's cold. I'm not. We're not golfing anymore. And for years, as you guys are aware, I golfed with guys who were predominantly older than I was.
Mm-hmm.
They were already retired, and then I had a falling out with my. That's another story for another day.
Oh
But I-
yeah, we should talk about that.
No, we're not going to talk about
Dish,
that right now.
girlfriend.
Yes.
No, we're not going to
really.
do that one today.
Now I'm definitely lighting up a dirt.
Next week.
I'll take up in dirt in Dartmouth. And so
Oh,
so now I've got a couple of new guys that I play golf with, and they're
Mhm.
great guys, really good golfers. And we had a great summer and a great fall, but golf season is over. And I said stay in touch over the winter. Well, we get together for breakfast. And
Oh,
I went,
every week.
oh, really? And if you want to come. And I'm like, yeah, maybe I might do that. I don't, I'm not really a go for breakfast person. I would rather just, I'd just have a bowl of cereal and stay in. But going for breakfast. So I went for my first old man breakfast.
Your first old man breakfast. Aw, baby's first old man
It
breakfast.
was my first old man breakfast. That's right. So I got there late. I'm not usually late, but I was a little behind.
Takes a
and-
long time to put on slacks.
That's right.
Find his shoehorn.
It does take a while. I don't
My
use a
suspenders are
shoehorn.
all
That's
twisted.
your father. Stop it. I don't use a shoehorn.
Oh my god, I had to buy a shoehorn and keep it at my
Okay.
house for my dad.
I don't use a shoehorn.
He kept requesting one. I thought, oh my god.
All right, so I get there. I walk into the place. I walk into this very busy breakfast place.
Okay.
It's very well known. I won't mention it, but anyway, I walk in.
Already complaining.
I'm looking.
Fitting right in.
Where are my friends? Now, I'm used
Uh-oh.
to them wearing,
Golf attire.
golf attire, so I don't really. One guy was like, "Oh my God, you're bald." I had no idea. He always has a hat on.
Yeah,
I
right.
didn't know. So
They don't know what you've got under there either.
No, exactly. So I
Right.
sit down. I get there. I sit down. There's one other, an extra old guy. So they used to play
An
at
extra old guy.
Well, they used to play at a different.
That's what
golf
they
course.
referred to you because you were
No.
late. Where's the extra old guy?
No, they
He's
played-
coming.
They played at a different course before they started coming to mine. So
Oh, I see.
they have a wide network of guys they used to play with,
Oh, I
and
see.
they're
Okay.
all invited to breakfast. So
Sure.
there weren't very many of us at the first breakfast, but I got there 5 minutes late. And honestly, you don't want to get there 5 minutes late. You do not want to be 5 minutes late because their breakfasts were being delivered when I walked in.
In
So you
5
don't-
minutes?
Yes, I was.
They
5
already
minutes-
ordered.
Yes,
and- wow.
ordered, and it was being put in front of them.
Wow. Okay.
So,
they
as
must
I
have
s-
seen these guys coming. They know what they're going to order.
No, they ask you every week because I've been there a few times now. They
Okay.
do ask. You.
Okay. So it wasn't
So-
so bad. You went
No.
back.
So I sit down. I said, "Hey guys, I'm sorry I'm late." And they're having their breakfast, and the lady says, "Oh, would you like a coffee?" I said, "Yeah, I'd love a coffee." I'm sitting beside him, and he says he'll have the special. I didn't I was grabbing a menu.
Oh, I see. Okay.
He'll have the special. $7.50. Two eggs bacon special.
Okay.
Can't
That's
beat
good.
it.
That's not
Fine.
bad.
I'm telling you right now, with
Just 2 eggs and bacon? That's all you get?
No, you get home
Hash
fries
brown?
and you get
Okay.
and you get toast.
Toast,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. And coffee?
$7.50.
Coffee included?
A bottomless cup.
Whoa. That's a
I
good
know.
deal.
It is. It's a great deal. When
Yeah.
again,
Especially when you're retired, eh?
did I mention I don't make money?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
But you can afford $7.50 a week.
that I can, and a tip.
$10.
My
10
tip
bucks.
would be you need to charge more for your breakfast in order to get a bigger tip.
Right.
That would be
That's
my
right, yeah.
that would be my tip.
Makes
So
sense.
so I went. It was fine. I've been now 3 times.
Okay.
3 times.
It's so funny because I thought you were resisting this kind of thing.
I
So I'm
am.
surprised that you gave in
I-
and did it.
Well, I do it because honestly, this time of year you get up in the morning and you go, "What are you doing today?" "Oh, yeah, you got to do that. You got to clean this. You gotta,
I thought you were about to say you get
Yeah.
up in the morning and
Yeah.
realize I'm alive.
I know that's one thing. Made it to it. Yeah, it's morning. Yes, high five. Anyway,
Find the biggest goose you can, child.
that's right. That's right. Anyway, so I go for. So now I kind of, sort of look forward to it. I mean, I
Okay,
like these
good.
guys. Look, I like these. I like. the
Well, you
people
spend a
I'm
lot
with.
of time with them. And now you're not
Exactly.
golfing, probably, right?
Yeah,
So in
yeah.
the winter, you can
You
see
don't-
them at
So
breakfast.
you learn a little bit more about them.
Yeah, but
you
You don't have to
really-
be nice about it. They can't figure out podcast technology.
No,
They'll
probably
never
not.
hear this.
No, I know, probably
you can
not.
tell us how you really feel.
Yeah.
Anyway, I like these guys. So I show up the third time. There's a whole table of us.
Oh,
and,
good.
And there's several guys. So I meet 2 or
You're
3 more
multiplying.
guys, and so one of the guys I golf with is sitting kind of across from me, but there's another guy that I don't know, and he's straight across from me. So we were introduced, and I met him, and all of that stuff. And then one of the guys I golf with pipes up in front of the whole table. He says, "Well, I got to go to Listowel today." I said, "Oh, what's in Listowel?" "Oh, a funeral."
Yeah.
And I went, "Oh,
Hmm.
have a good time."
Have a good time.
Yeah.
Enjoy that.
Yeah.
Hope there's a lot of food.
I mean, funeral sandwiches are the best.
They are.
So
Yep,
just-
they are.
Yeah,
Um,
that's not
Anyway.
a bad thing.
then he pipes up about 5 minutes later. Yeah, we're going in. We got a funeral. Well, I've had 5 friends die in the last 2 weeks.
What?
And I looked at the guy who I honestly don't know across the table from me. He looked at me, and then we both turned to him and said, "We don't want to be your friend."
Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that's a fact. So,
I'd
anyway.
stay away from that guy. You stay on that side of the table, buddy.
I
Stay
don't-
over there.
I don't think it's catchable.
Well-
Yes, but I'm not sure, Rich. I'm
Did they
not
used to come to breakfast?
Yeah, right. Really.
This is Due to Underwhelming Demand podcast with Dave, Rachel, and Foreman. By the way, if you would like to contact us, it's very easy. Very.
Yes,
There
we have an email, Dave Rachel Foreman, with no E in Foreman, but there is an E in Rachel.
And
in
an
Dave.
Yeah.
Dave Rachel Foreman at gmail.com. You can email us anytime. We love to get your emails, and we're gonna read a couple of them at the end of the show. We like to do that because that's our way of talking
Connecting.
with you. Or
Yeah.
you can DM us. We're on Instagram at Dave Rachel Foreman, or on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Rachel Foreman. You can find us there and
I'm
DM us anywhere.
I'm trying to on my own, and before I bring it to the show, I want to make sure it actually works. But I'm trying to figure out, because we have our Dave Rachel Foreman Facebook page, you
Right.
can get us on Messenger, and you can have voice and video conversations on Messenger as if you're calling or texting the radio station live
cool.
while we're chit chatting. So
Oh,
I'm trying
yeah.
to figure out, how do we work that into this, and we can actually get you on the show. It's in progress.
Okay, good. All
Can
right.
they not just? 'Cause you can just send us a voice message.
You can send us a voice memo. Yeah, we can play that easily.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can play that.
All right.
Okay.
And listen, Foreman, your voice is at least 17 octaves higher today, so I assume you're feeling better. The plague is gone.
The plague.
Especially when I have to defend myself over something stupid. Yes, it gets a lot higher.
And I love it
Oh
when
my
that-
gosh! I
love
downloaded
it.
all the horse pictures your mom sent us.
Yeah.
They're coming.
Did it just
I
take this
can't-
long because they
Yeah,
were
there are so
such
many.
high quality?
They are high
Yeah,
quality.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
quite good.
hundreds of
They're
megabytes each.
Yes.
They're
Does she have
beautiful.
those of me? No, she doesn't.
They're beautiful. Anyway,
I hope she books like a professional photo shoot just for you when you come home for Christmas.
No, she did with the horse. That's what you
I
can
know.
post those.
I will. Yes, I'm going to.
There has
again,
Anyway.
never been a professional photographer booked for our family pictures ever. Just so you know.
Again.
Ever.
again,
Oh
we
my
already
gosh.
know what your
That
issue
kills
is.
me.
Our
There is-
family
there is-
photographer is
yes.
the camera sitting on the mantle with the countdown, and mom running from the camera to sit in front of the fireplace with the
Timer,
family.
the
Yes,
timer.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
so
Foreman.
funny.
Foreman, it's good that we
Okay, well,
have-
I'm glad he's feeling better and he can shout more today.
I feel like you're lying on the couch venting to me
Mm.
here, Foreman, with your problem with the horse.
Mhm.
and all that
I should lie down for this. You're right.
stuff. All right. How about you, Rachel? You feeling any
I
better?
feel better. Yeah, we had also the plague, COVID, actually, and it's going around our whole neighborhood.
COVID, actually.
We did have COVID. Well, listen, the first part of November we had like the flu, 3 of us, and then we all got COVID like 2 weeks later.
Okay.
But funny enough, in between there, we went to go and get our COVID boosters and our flu shots for the year.
Well, that all worked out well for you, don't you?
I
think?
know, right? Like, what a piss off. Anyway, so I have to take the kids because we're going away, and Kendall she's 5, so she's only had 1 COVID shot, so she needed her second. Julia got a booster. Jeremy and I both got boosters. So we went to a clinic, and they were going to do the flu shot at the same time for
Right.
all of us. So
Sure.
I thought, okay, this is like taking kids for needles. Like, I don't know about you and your kids. Ours are terrified, and they cry and they have anxiety. I didn't tell them we were doing it until that morning, and then we left an hour later
Mhm.
because I didn't want them to stew about it.
Right.
Anyway, so I tried to make it as good as I could for them.
Well,
And,
can I stop for just a sec? How are you with getting a needle?
Not great. I mean, I can get them. Okay. As you know,
Yes.
you too.
Yes.
I don't
know.
do well having my blood taken. I don't like things sucked out of my body, You want to pump me full of shit? Go ahead. Like that. Whatever.
Put it in. Don't take it out.
That's that's right.
It's good to be Jeremy.
Oh
right.
God. Anyway,
All right.
so
Okay.
giving blood, having blood taken, I have passed out and puked on myself.
What?
Having that happen before? Yes.
Yes.
Twice I've passed out. Once I puked on, and then once I almost passed out. That's the third time. Anyway, so this was just getting
So
them
maybe-
shot
maybe-
into me.
Maybe somewhere along the line, this has passed on to your children.
Well, could have. So I could. I don't know, Dave. I don't,
Have
I
they
don't think
seen?
So.
Have the
I
kids
think
seen
so.
any of these displays?
think
No.
so.
Oh God, no. They haven't seen.
Yeah.
All right.
I wouldn't take
Yeah,
them.
but I
No.
think so. I think something.
One of them or
anyway.
two of them was because I was pregnant anyway. So it's because of them. It's their fault. Anyway, so because you have to get your blood taken so much when you're anyway. What it doesn't matter. So we go to the clinic, and I said to the girl as soon as we checked in, I said, "Can the girls get the flu and the COVID same time, like one in each arm at the same time, so it's just over with?" She's like, "Oh, you'll have to ask the nurse in there." I'm like, "Okay, fine." So we go in, we get seated with everybody's nervous. We're all like high anxiety. It's very tense because I know they're upset, and I'm trying to be like, "Okay, let's get this done as easily as possible." So I say to the nurse, "Can you do two at once, the COVID and the flu at the same time,
Right.
one in each arm?" She's like,
Sure.
"Oh, yeah, we do the COVID here, and then you do the flu shot over there." And I was like, "No, can you do them like one in each arm, same time, at the
No.
same time?"
I'm
She's like,
guessing
"Well,
no.
they do it over," and I'm like, "Well, can they come over here and do it at the same time?" She's
No.
like, "Oh, I maybe." She's like, "But usually," I'm like, "Well, no, they won't sit. If you do the one here, they won't sit for the second one," is what I'm saying. And she's like, "Oh, okay." So I think at this point that she understands me. She did not. So so she gets ready quickly. But the flu shot nurse seemed to understand. So the flu shot nurse comes over with her cart, and so she's doing it. So she's getting ready, but the COVID nurse gets ready earlier. So the COVID nurse, and I've got Kendall on my lap, 5-year-old, and she just gives Kendall the shot. And I'm like, "Oh, hold on, like we're waiting for both, like simultaneously." Although I didn't say the word simultaneously. In hindsight, maybe I should have. And she was like, she just did it. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh." So now I got to calm down my kid because she's crying. I'm like, "Okay, it's over. It's over. Don't worry. But now you got to do another one." And so then the flu shot nurse comes over and does the second one like 2 minutes later. And I'm just like, "Oh my gosh." So Julia's watching this from the other side of the little area we're in. And she's upset because she's like, "No, I got to do this twice. This is not what you said, Mom." And I'm like, "Can you please do at the same time for her over there?" So
3,
Jeremy's
2,
with her.
1, needle.
Go.
Needle, exactly.
Right.
Does not get it. The COVID nurse did not understand. Not only that, but she was so slow in giving this needle that she would like poke it in and then bring her hand around and push it. Like it took way too, like, no,
Just
have it in
held
one
it there?
hand, shove it in and push at the same time. Just do it all at once. So Kendall's done. Okay. I go over to Julia. Julia's getting hers done. So I'm trying to help her. This nurse is taking forever. She, first of all, didn't get what I'm trying to ask. Second of all, took forever. And out of my mouth comes, "Hurry up!"
You yelled at the COVID
I
nurse?
yelled at the COVID nurse.
Oh,
And
no.
Jeremy just looks at me with his hand and he's like, "Rachel, stop." And I'm like, "Sorry, this is just really stressful." I was so embarrassed.
Do you
And the
think?
nurse kind of gave me her hand like, lady, like I'm the parent everyone hates. I immediately, right? Everyone hates me. So but I'm trying to advocate for my kids and she doesn't get it. Like you see that these kids are crying and upset. Why would you not A, do them at the same time? B, be really fast? I don't get it. Anyway, I was so embarrassed. And then afterwards, the kids are done. Julia's like, "I need to go to the bathroom." I'm like, "Can we just please get out of here? Like, I don't want to stay in here any longer because now I'm embarrassed because I've yelled at this nurse
Mhm.
who is just
And-
trying to do her job.
and
But
she's
I'm on
telling-
edge.
you know what
Everyone's
she's-
on edge.
You know what she's doing is
Yeah.
she's telling the other nurses and everybody else.
Yeah.
You know what she did?
Yes,
Mm.
they
That
all
woman over
heard what
there?
I did.
That
They heard
woman
it.
over there?
And I
Yeah.
think I recognize that woman's voice.
Oh my God. Can you even imagine?
Oh.
Bravo.
Oh, well, no one said
Oh.
anything, so I don't know. But
Ouch.
I never know. They might have. Who knows?
Ouch.
But I
Ouch.
felt so badly. I was so embarrassed. And Jeremy was just like horrified that I even did it. But it just came out. I couldn't even help it. It was just like instinct. Oh my gosh. Anyway,
You yelled
I'm
at
the parent everyone hates. It me.
I thought it might be you, actually.
Not surprising.
This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast where Dave, Rachel, and Foreman. And I just want to thank once again, even though, they're not our sponsor anymore, but thank you very much to Forest Brewery for being our very first sponsor.
I know.
And you can sponsor us if you want.
You can.
love
You
it.
can. We have all different kinds of tiers of sponsorship levels that we'd be happy to send you just for information. No pressure if you want. DaveRachelForeman@gmail.com is our email, or you can DM us anywhere, Instagram, Facebook.
Easy to find us.
Yeah, if you want to sponsor us, or you can buy us a coffee. And so many people have this week. Thank you so much. Buymeacoffee.com/underwhelming. That's our link. And all this money helps us to pay for this platform that we record on, and the podcasting platform and distribution and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for your support so far, those that have. And if you're interested, please get a hold of us. Dave Rachel Foreman at gmail.com.
You were also helping to finance our family photo shoot.
That's right. That's
The three of us. Yes.
Coming soon.
So
Right.
Nancy, I just want to shout out a few people who bought us coffee. Nancy says, "Hi guys, I'm loving your podcast. Just like I enjoyed the laughs every morning. Keep up the good work."
Oh, that's nice. Thank you,
Aaron,
Nancy.
Aaron bought us 20 coffees.
Whoa,
Wow. Thank
Aaron.
you very much.
Aaron.
You three are the best, he says.
Oh,
Mhm.
Thank you very much.
Awfully
We
nice,
happen
Aaron.
to know Aaron personally.
Yeah.
A couple things for Aaron. First of all, fuck right off.
Yeah, 20 coffees. That's too much.
It's too much.
It's
And
too
all,
much.
All he would say is Merry Christmas. So appreciate that.
Oh, that's
You
nice.
you may have also heard of Aaron in the fact that he is an electrician by trade and has done work at my mother-in-law Marlene's house being paid for in maple syrup.
Was he? I don't remember that.
Yes, that's been discussed on the show before.
Oh.
And the fact that he went to high school with Rachel at
He
Medway.
did, yeah.
So
Yeah, we went to Medway together. That's right. So
Awesome.
thank you, Aaron.
Well,
That's
thank
really
you,
kind.
Aaron. We appreciate it.
And Beverly bought us coffee. She says, "I've missed the three of you. I look forward to every Tuesday morning. Thank you for the laughs."
Okay.
Thank you, Beverly.
And somebody did email us at some point and was very complimentary and happy to hear Foreman back and wondered, Foreman, could you do Tales from Space? A request.
Ooh, by request.
asking you shall receive.
Okay, good. You've got some, hey?
Yes.
We know you're okay. That was a little delayed. We know you're a bit of a space nerd, so have at it.
I was thoroughly made fun of the other day when some of the astronauts on the space station were doing a spacewalk there. I don't know, repairing like solar panels or something on the space station.
Mhm,
And so
yeah.
NASA had a live feed going on YouTube, and I was sitting on the couch watching it, and even the kids made fun of me.
It's very nerdy, though, but I mean, of
Yeah.
course you did. I
So
would
who else would know and be as excited as me for the news that actually at this point now it probably is already launched? China, because they have their own space station now, and
Mhm.
have been doing a lot of work in space.
Right.
Chinese commercial rockets are set for the first time to launch ever, fueled by methane.
Oh, interesting.
By-
Okay.
They're fueled by farts?
Cow farts.
I'm glad you thought the same as I did.
I thought that too.
Yeah.
Well, how else
farts.
do you get it?
They're reusable fart-fueled rockets.
Really?
Yeah,
That's amazing.
And they're
Look-
going to get to the space station on those.
I guess. Like, I mean, what a time to
Oh,
be alive. We've
What a
got
time. That's
fart
right.
rockets.
What a time.
What a time to be alive.
How did they get all this and compile all the methane? Do you know?
Does it matter?
Well,
Do
I
you
mean, I just
really
wonder about
wa-
the how do you capture a fart, guys?
Well, you
in a
jar
jar.
Fart. You jar farts. There you go.
We talked about that one.
Yeah. I don't know. It's some methane mixed with liquid oxygen, powered by blah, 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 whatever. I don't know. It gets
Okay.
less fun if you look into it.
Oh,
yes.
okay. All right.
Don't
Come on.
analyze
We
it.
just
This
leave
is-
it as
yeah.
is
Just
then.
leave it as is.
That's
As-
interesting.
I mean, haven't you ever seen someone raise their leg while sitting?
to fart
Yes.
Mhm.
and to
So,
capture it.
Clearly, we must think that if we don't kind of
Like
do
lean
something
over? Yeah.
Mhm.
that fart's going to lift us right off the couch,
Yeah.
right?
And
Shoot you
everyone's
into space even.
yes.
everyone's all after farmers about all these cows producing all this methane. Well,
Yes, let's
if
harness
part of your
that.
daily duties is just to go to jar them all, send them all to NASA.
I wouldn't want that to be my daily duty. To jar the cow farts.
There's worse duties on a
Hey
farm.
Rach, go to the barn and jar the cow farts.
What am I doing today, Dad? Well,
You gotta jar all the farts.
well, little foreman.
Yes.
Sending you out to the barn.
See those
Foreman
cows?
would do it because it's cows and not horses.
Yeah.
He
See
would
all
be
the-
like, thank God, I don't have to go to the horse barn.
Well, first I gotta chop wood. Then I gotta
Chop
jar
wood,
farts.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's this other field of cows? Oh, you got to inseminate all those ones.
Oh boy.
Okay.
This, by the way,
Uh,
is perfectly timed for the 2026 launch of Space's first garbage truck for space
Really?
that will clear up junk with a bear hug.
How's that work?
Really? That's interesting. Well, there is a lot of space junk just floating around, I
Yeah,
think.
it will have the robotic equivalent of a litter picker and grab the junk of space and round it
Interesting.
all up. Yep.
Wow.
I guess it's necessary
And we're
now.
bringing it back to Earth.
Well, I don't know. That might be. Why not just round it up and then like
Let
nudge
it
it a
all
bit to
go.
just like go away?
I mean, it's
you know?
infinite up there, right?
Right? Just nudge
We
it
have
away.
finite resources around here.
Send it into the sun. What could go wrong?
Yeah, it'll burn up somewhere, won't it?
Maybe.
I
What
don't
could
know
go
whether
wrong?
you
You're
should.
right.
Well, oh, that's the space junk. Are we off the fart thing now? Because if you
We're
start,
off the fart thing,
if
yeah.
you start sending fart-filled rocket ships to the sun, we got a problem.
Well, those are for sure going to explode.
Well,
Dave.
no, yes.
Yeah.
Keep the
Flammable.
keep those fart-filled rockets away from the sun.
Yeah.
Trust-
Keep away from flame.
That's a bad idea. Which is another topic altogether. This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast with Dave, Rachel, and Foreman. Thank you for your emails and any way that you contact us, whatever it is. We love to hear from you because we don't have the immediate feedback that we used to get when we had a radio show.
Right.
And sometimes that immediate feedback never doesn't make you happy. But
It
Yeah.
might
Most-
lead you to leave the radio show entirely
might
sometimes.
leave, yeah,
Sometimes it
get you
might.
to-
Yeah.
Yes.
It might encourage you to leave, yeah. But we do like to hear from people. I have some emails. Actually,
Okay.
an email from 2 emails from Anne Marie,
Okay.
who says, "I don't know how I found your podcast, but I'm so excited to hear you guys again. Hope all is well with you all. So just so I can arrange my days, new episodes Tuesdays?
Yes.
Yes.
that is correct. Will Dear Dave and Rachel come back in some form? Yes,
It has, yep.
It already has. That is probably the biggest thing my daughter misses. We debate the topics. Welcome back, Foreman. I just remember noticing you were not there. I thought vacay, and then realized as time went on, you were not coming back.
Yeah.
Can you tell me Foreman's other podcast? Foreman, what's your other podcast?
Melody and Foreman on all the same apps this one is.
Okay.
Melody and Foreman. Listening to the one about lobsters. My father-in-law is from Cape Breton, lives in Westmount, and my one kid, as a prank, bought one at Superstore in grade 9. We dropped it off at father-in-law's place. They had it for dinner. So excited. Welcome back. That's from Ann.
That was a prank?
I don't know. how
That sounds
works.
very generous. You bought him
Yeah,
a
you bought him a
lobster and they had
lobster.
it for dinner. That's very
Nice.
nice of you.
They're very expensive here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure.
and then she wrote back, so I'm working late listening to another podcast. Our youngest is 16. He has an alarm that starts at 6:25 a.m. and goes off until 7. We wake him at 6:45, 6:50, 7, and to him arguing that I'm getting up. Okay?
Yeah.
If I turn on his lights, he complains. He does, but he has also missed the bus. And then he yells at us for not getting him up. Teenagers suck. Man. That's a fact. I hear alarms going constantly upstairs, but she never gets up. I still have to.
That was me as a teenager,
Yeah, were you
and
like
still
that?
kind of now.
You're still like that, aren't you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I would
There you
like
go.
this. We obviously it's great, Anne-Marie, that you sent us. You sent us 2 emails now. I
Mm.
would like a running commentary of a paragraph per episode of your thoughts. You want to dissect that, debate it with your daughter. That would be fantastic. We'd like to
Yes.
keep those coming.
Okay.
We
yes,
should
yes.
do like the podcast recap with Anne Marie and her daughter.
She can have her own podcast
Like her
about
own
our
show.
podcast. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like after the podcast.
I don't know
kinda
where
thing.
you got daughter though. We
thought she
wake
said daughter.
him at 6:45, 6:50.
Doesn't she? Didn't she
I
say
thought
she
we
listens
wake
to the podcast
him.
with her
Oh
her
yeah,
daughter.
she did. Yeah, she
They
has.
debate the
That's true.
topics.
It's the
Okay,
biggest
well-
thing my daughter
They must have
misses.
a daughter
we
and
debate
a-
the topics.
All right.
yes.
Well,
Right.
their youngest is 16, and it's a him.
People are
Okay.
allowed to have more than one.
Yeah. Not advisable, but you are.
Not advisable. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I have a message from Cheryl who sent us a message on Instagram. We're at Dave Rachel Foreman. I'm so glad you 3 realized how much we love you guys and that you came up with a way we get to still enjoy your show, your friendship, and your comical banter. And that's all she said. Thank you, Cheryl.
Comical banter. That is a great band name.
Comical
That-
banter.
Comical banter.
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it would be
yeah,
a
it's
good
not
band
bad.
name. That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have called. That's what we should have
It's
called
a
the podcast.
Podcast name. Yes.
Comical banter. with Dave
Don't
Rachel
oversell it.
Foreman.
You know,
Rachel.
actually,
It's a
what's
bit of an
great-
oversell.
I don't know if you. I haven't listened to it yet, but I heard her talking about it on somebody else's podcast. Leslie Jones has her own new podcast.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love her.
I don't like. We can swear and stuff, but I feel like I shouldn't still say the name of her new podcast. But it's a great name. It's just a lot.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
I'll look for
with
it.
swear words in it in the title?
The title is us. Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
Anyway, Stacy had sent us a messenger comment.
Oh,
so-
cool.
Which is great.
Oh, nice.
Hey, Dave, Rachel, and Foreman. I love listening to your podcast while I walk my dogs before work in the morning. I always used to listen to your radio show at that time and missed hearing the camaraderie that always makes me smile and sometimes laugh out loud. So people wonder what's wrong with me as I walk along the trail. Anyway, I was just curious to know. I know Foreman still has to be up early for his new show. Yes, Melody and Foreman in the morning on Hot Country 103.5. Podcast available weekly wherever you get your podcasts. Please listen.
Shameless plug.
Yep. But Dave and Rachel, do you find that you still wake up very early, or were you able to adjust to a new, more normal sleep routine?
Nope. I adjusted immediately.
Knew
I
that.
because
Rachel-
it's so not my nature to wake up early. I'm a night owl anyways, and so
And
as
a bit
soon
of
as I
a-
didn't have to get up early, I was like,
Yeah.
done. Not doing it.
I am up early. In the summertime, when it's light, I think that's part of the problem. I get up, but I golf early in the not like 8 o'clock in the morning, so I'm up early anyway. But my wife still works, thank goodness, because I don't make any money, and the alarm goes off. I don't, but I used to get up at 2:45 in the morning. I have no plans of getting up at 2:40. No, I'm up by 6.
Yeah, I was
would
gonna say, do you even get up before 6 a.m.? Like
about 6. Some
6
days
is like okay.
some days I might
Before
have to get,
6 is really early.
Yeah, what happens when you get a little older? I'm up because and my wife will say, "Oh, you're up early." I said, yeah, I had to go to the bathroom.
If I have to go to the bathroom, and that is one thing that I don't know if it took me did take me a little while to adjust because you're used to getting up and going to the bathroom and eating at like 4 a.m.
Mhm.
right? So that's what did take. So I was getting up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, but then I would just go back to sleep. I can always go back to sleep.
I
don't
can't
have
even
that
sleep
problem.
in on the weekends anymore.
Really?
Really?
I'm just
Oh.
up from 4 on, tossing and turning.
Oh
I
my
had issues.
gosh, that's
I did.
awful.
I did it forever, Foreman. So if you're planning to do it forever, it will mess with your sleep.
And it's an hour earlier now.
Yeah, really. Oh, well, thank you for all your emails and your messages and for listening to us every week. And we're so glad that you're here with us. And we hope you enjoy the podcast. Keep in touch with us, please.
We could have gone out on a joke, but it's fine.
Oh, sorry. You can
Wrap
edit
it up
that out.
nicely. Whatever.
You can edit that out then. I didn't know what you guys were doing.
And that's how you end a show.
Nothing's changed.
You guys always make me feel bad for being nice.